Don't ask me.
Hey guys, happy Tuesday. I am so excited to be here chatting about ways that you can relaunch your business. As Bree just mentioned last week, we really dove into what it looks like to relaunch your business, what it entails, like what you as a consultant should really come to terms with and how you should walk into your business, right? It was a lot of motivation, a pep talk to get you in the game. But tonight we are talking about tangible ideas, tangible business tasks that you should be doing in your business to really get the ball rolling, whether you are relaunching your business or you're a brand new consultant, or even if you've been in this a while and you've got your consistency down, but you want to take it to the next level, you want to grow. These are going to be really good tips for you guys. And so our hope for tonight is that you leave with some ideas that you are actually going to put into motion. Something that I think is important to remember is that we can watch training videos every single day. We could watch training videos all day long, but unless you are taking the knowledge that you're learning and implementing it into your business, it's really just a waste of your time otherwise. Okay. And so I'm not saying that every training video you watch, you're going to get all these aha ideas that are going to completely transform your business. But in general, when you're watching training videos, take one or two things to put into practice. So we're going to give you like 4 tips that really line up with each other, but in each tip might have like 5 or 6 different ideas. You certainly don't have to do all 5 or 6 of them right now. Okay. My suggestion to you would be take a few key ideas away from this, try them, and then come back and see if there's something else you want to add or things that you want to edit along the way. Okay. So we broke this section up into 4 topics. Okay. And these topics are tangible business tasks that you can apply to your business tomorrow that will really help you see some increase in your business. Okay. And so just diving right in, we're going to talk about something that I think is so important to a growing business that I think with COVID, we kind of forgot about a little bit. And maybe you've joined since COVID and you've never done it. And that is booking parties. Okay. Parties are literally how Cincy was born.
What'd you say?
Formed.
I said born.
So together.
Yeah.
Formed. Yes. That. Okay. We started as a party planning business, which if you go back to the 90s, 2000s, like Tupperware, Mary Kay, they were also and are also a party planning business, which means that we do best when we can share our products and our fragrance with multiple people at the same time. That's essentially what a party is. Okay. And through time that has evolved. It used to be, and it can still be absolutely, where you invite everyone over, you give a presentation, they see the stuff, they order. Okay. Those are our traditional home parties, which by the way, love them so much. They're super successful. Okay. But with that being said, it has evolved quite a bit through time, and there's many, many different types of parties. Okay. But one thing or a few things that are super beneficial to parties is the increase in PRV. Okay. It's a very quick way and simple, I'm not going to say easy, but simple way to increase your PRV in a short amount of time. Okay. So whether you're talking a home party where you're there for 2 hours or a Facebook party where it's over 3 or 4 or 5 days, regardless, it's a very short span of time to be increasing your PRV. Okay. What it even does, which in my opinion is even more beneficial, is it increases your customer base. Okay. So you can increase your customer base by 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 people in a super short amount of time. Okay. Truly, I built my business on parties. Once I joined, I read my new consultant guide. It said to have a launch party. So I did that. And then from there, I booked a party, and from there, I booked a party, and from there, I booked a party. And it just started at my launch party, right? And that went for probably 6 months of booking parties, just like one after another. And 6 months into my business, I remember flipping through my order forms and being like, wow, like 80% of these people I did not know before I joined Cincy. And that's how much my customer base has increased. So it's an incredible way to meet new people, grow your network, get out into your community more, get into other communities, right? Because if you're talking about a Facebook party, that could be on the other side of the country. right? So it's an amazing way to open your network, get more eyes on your business, get more people in your order history tab, right? In your follow-ups. It's an amazing way to grow your network, which I think is so valuable in your business, is increasing your network. That is something that you are always going to want to be focusing on. If you're not adding new people into your business, I would say on a monthly basis, you really need to turn around and look at your business and see where you can start networking and add new customers into your business. And I think parties are an amazing way to do that. Additionally, I feel like I've talked about this so many times, but with parties, it's also so much easier to book more parties. Like I said, I was at my own launch party, booked a party, booked a party, booked a party, booked a party, and that went on for 6 months. Okay. Truly built my business off of my launch party. Okay. So it's so much easier to book additional parties. And then with that, it's also easier to sponsor. Okay. And you can sponsor new consultants. I mean, what's really cool about sponsoring new consultants through parties is that they're seeing what you do as a consultant. They're seeing how interested their friends and family are. They're seeing their network of people ordering. And that's a very big confidence boost to get them to commit and think about what their life would look like as a Scentsy consultant too, because they're already seeing the success from it with their network. So it's a lot easier to sponsor when you're hosting parties as well. Okay. So I just want to mention a few different types of parties, because I know there's some new consultants on here. And so you might be like, okay, so you want me to share Scentsy, but how do I do that? Okay. So there's a traditional home party, which I mentioned, where you can do a display. And it's basically like you go to their house, they're sitting in their snacks and stuff, they're sitting in their living room. And then you get up there, you tell them your story, you share products with them, you maybe play a game or two. And then at the end of it, they come and give you orders. Okay. Honestly, such a great way to party, because you really get to explain Scentsy to them. They get to ask questions. They have your undivided attention, right? They get to eat yummy snacks or drink yummy drinks. And then they get to order some Scentsy. It's like a win-win all around. And it's really fun to do home parties because you could theme it. You could do a bingo. You could do a girls' night in. You could do a spa party with our body products. You could do a favorite t-shirt party and throw their favorite t-shirt in the washer with our washer whips and laundry products. Like you could do a craft night where you're coloring fragrance flowers, right? There's many different ways that you can have a super fun home party, which then once you get into the fall, and then there's like Halloween, you could do that, or like a cookie swap party, so many different fun themes. So I always tell my customers, like, whatever idea you have, let me know and let's do it. Like, whatever you want to do, let's do it. Like, I might not know, but we will figure it out, and I'm game to do it. Okay. So home parties are awesome. Also, what I'm loving lately, and I just did one on Friday, my friend did one the weekend or 2 weekends before that. I know Bree's planning one. I know a few of you guys are doing them, and those are open houses. Okay. And so I want to encourage each and every one of you guys listening that if you guys have not had a launch party or a relaunch party or had your customers together in a while, to host your own open house. Okay. I don't care if your house isn't ready, go do it at your mom's. And frankly, your customers don't care. Okay. Like, just invite them over. What I love about an open house is it's an open and closed time, but they can come and go whenever they please. So the one I did on Friday, some customers came and then they ate some food, they ordered, and then they're like, all right, I'm out, which to me is like the best. Perfect. Like, I love it. Honestly, like, to me, it's so simple. And again, these are my customers who already know what Scentsy is. They already buy Scentsy. They just wanted to see what's new. They wanted to come see me. They wanted to mingle, right? It was so much fun.
It was so good.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
And you know what? Invite a few of your teammates over. That was the first time I've ever did that, where I like opened it up to my teammates as well. And it was so cool to see my customers and my teammates mingle. Yeah. And the conversations that were happening, like, were incredible. And like, Brandy was like having joint conversations with my customers for me. And I'm like, hey, Brandy, thank you. You know, it was so cool. Okay. But also, as consultants, we aren't the only ones that can do an open house. Like, I would love if one of my customers did an open house, like, look, have a wine night, right? Like, get a few bottles of wine, do it from 6 to 9. Your friends can come and go as they please. I'll answer questions as people come. You know, I don't mind. I'll give a quick little demo here and there, but otherwise, yeah, let's just flip through a catalog, smell some testers. And if they got to go, they got to go.
And one of the things about like an open house is that when somebody opens up their house, or when you open up their house or open up your house, it gives people the opportunity to see Scentsy in real life. Right. So like the purpose of that open house, it's like when you go to an open house at your kid's school, it's like they're showing you what your kids have done in the classroom. You get to see the classroom. So in your house,
I love
people
that.
were looking at your warmers and looking how you've decorated and like, so it's like not just about having the testers out. So it would work with your customers if they have Scentsy out and about. Tell them to throw some new fresh wax in, and boom, you've got Scentsy in the wild, in their house that people can look and experience and see how they decorate and get ideas and then be intrigued to order.
Yeah. And like, it was actually really funny because my customer Kristen was like, hey, you have the deluxe diffuser in the boys' bathroom, right? Can I go see how big it is? I'm like, yeah. So like, she like helped herself to a display, but like she knew it was in my bathroom. Like she was on a mission to go see that diffuser. And it was really cool. I didn't have any big, huge display out. It was just the Scentsy in my house that they were walking around and seeing, which was really cool. So Brandy was like, my customers were like, man, it smelled so good from outside. Right. And so honestly, I want to really encourage you guys to jump outside of your comfort zone and have your own open house. Okay. And then I would make your goal of that open house to book a party.
Yeah.
Okay. And like you heard me on Friday, I'm like, do you want to host a party?
Yeah.
Do you want to have a party? Because like that would be a really great progression from that.
How many parties did you book?
I didn't book any.
But you had a lot of join conversations.
Yes.
I think a few of those people will join.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And so it was a very natural, I was not nervous at all. Everything flowed so organically, and it was just so cool to see my customers mingle together, my teammates and customers mingle together. I was over here talking to a customer, and then over there on my couch, two of my customers are talking about their favorite scents and what they love or why they love me as their consultant. And it was just honestly an amazing night. And so I would really encourage you guys to do that, and then spend the time texting your customers one-on-one, inviting them, showcasing it in your customer group, letting them know, create an event, referencing it, right? Really try to get people to come. Like when you're doing your regular follow-ups for that week, if they're local, mention the open house. And then people who say that they want to come, follow up again the day of or the day before and let them know. Just as you would like a kid's birthday party, right? You're going to invite them, and then you're going to remind them. Okay. And so I want to encourage you guys to do that. And if you do decide to do that, I would love it if you shared your experiences too, because I think that you will find it's a major confidence boost for you. And you and your customers are going to really love it. So I love open houses. Okay. I think it's a really great way to do a party. Okay. And then so some other ways that you can do parties is a Facebook party. I feel like I don't love Facebook parties as much because they can be super hit or miss, and they're the most time consuming of them all, right? And you're like, well, I'm on Facebook all the time. Okay, then you should do a Facebook party. Okay. They can be really amazing. I've had amazing Facebook parties. I've had $1,000 Facebook parties. So that alone encourages me to not give them up completely. I just kind of have to pace myself with them because they are more time consuming.
There's a lot more to do on the front end and then during.
Yeah.
Yes. I think we went super hard during COVID with Facebook parties because everybody was on Facebook and everybody was on social media. And so the interaction and the desire was there, right? But now that the world's opening back up,
people aren't wanting to spend all their time scrolling Facebook.
Right. But where that doesn't come in handy is like when you have customers who don't live near you, right? Or aren't willing to host a party, then obviously, but.
And I would love to have Chantel on to do a dream team chat on Facebook parties because she does amazing Facebook parties with great success. And there's so many different ways to do a Facebook party. And so I don't want by any means want to scare you away from doing Facebook parties because they can be very fruitful. But I also don't want you to be discouraged if you have a Facebook party and it doesn't go well to then when you're like, no one wants to buy, I don't want a party. I just want you guys, I want to be very clear that Facebook parties are not the most reliable way to party. Okay.
Yeah.
But you can absolutely still try it and still be successful with them. But that's where host coaching comes in. Okay. And so I would encourage you guys, if you're interested in Facebook parties, or not, if you're interested in partying, write down the word host coaching, and then go to YouTube and search Scentsy host coaching, go to the workstation and search host coaching, go to the team page and search host coaching, because it's very, very important, especially with Facebook parties, that you are coaching your host to a successful party. And that means you are telling her exactly what to do. Hey, I created the event. Now you need to go share this with your potential customers. This is what you can say. Link the group. Okay, great. These people are in. Take a picture of your Scentsy and post it in the group. Okay, so-and-so ordered, make a post and thank them, right? I feel like with Facebook parties, you have to be very direct with your host. You cannot assume that they're going to know what to do. Okay, at the end of the day, you are the business owner, not them. So you have to be leading them. And I feel like with Facebook parties, it is a little more direct, like, hey, you need to do this. Okay, now you need to do this. Hey, your party's tonight. So just a reminder, hey, your party's ending. So go ahead and message all these people, right? And so everyone does Facebook parties a little bit differently. And if a Facebook party is something that you're interested in, there's a ton of mock Facebook party groups and events on Facebook that are updated regularly. So if you just search Scentsy mock party, I'm sure you'll find at least a handful of groups that are updated with the spring and summer catalog that you can go in there, see how they're running it, how many days it is, what types of posts that they do. And you can emulate that in your own Facebook parties. One thing I do want to highlight very much with Facebook parties and just marketing online in general is that real life pictures are always going to get attention more than any flyer or marketing image could. Okay. So if you find a super cute flyer highlighting a warmer with colored bulbs, I would encourage you to not use that flyer and instead type out whatever the flyer says and then go find real life images of those colored bulbs, right? Just because real life pictures don't come, like Facebook will literally flag flyers as spam and hide them. So when you use real life images and then use the text part to type whatever that flyer said, that's going to be more successful for you. Okay. So Facebook parties are a great option. If you can't have in-person parties, you want to expand outside of your local community, you have friends that don't live close to you and are wanting to get free and half off Scentsy, that would be a great option for you. But then there is more that you can do. Oh, I love that, Mandy. Mandy says that in her Facebook party, she's sharing where she's getting her staging things like stands or beads or things like that. And that's, and again, that goes to real life pictures and lifestyle. Scentsy is a lifestyle brand. So when you can show how you are putting Scentsy into your real life, that's really attractive to people. But beyond that, there is still ways that you can have parties with people who are not local. And so I think that text parties are really good, where you open up their own link and you can send them like a text to send their people like, hey, I'm having a Facebook party, and you can really, or not a Facebook party, a Scentsy party. You can shop my party link right here. And then what you would do on your workstation is really beef up that party page when you're setting up the party. Use a picture of the host, ask your host for her favorite things and plug them into that favorite things category. Use that description to really talk about that your host is getting free and half off Scentsy or whatever host special there is, and then have her or him send that to their friends and family and make a goal. Okay, our goal is to get 5 of your friends to get a 6-pack of bars, right? And then that's going to get you your host rewards. You can get free and half off Scentsy at that point. Okay. So you could do text parties. They could just simply do a personal shopping link where they want to order under their own party and rack up rewards over time. You can have those open for up to 90 days. So they have 90 days to be shopping that party. That's a great option too. And then again, they can still share that link, or, when they get their order in, encourage, if they're on Instagram or whatever, or Facebook, encourage them to snap some pictures, post it on their stories, put it on their Facebook with their party link. Okay. There's many different ways. And then you can do like the old school, which it's so funny to say old school, but people, I mean, I still even do them, but the grab bags or the pouch parties, catalog parties, basket parties, whatever you want to call them. It's basically where you get a bag, you put some Scentsy in here, some testers, catalog, mini fan in a pod, a wax bar, and then you either go drop this off at your friend who works at an office. You could pop it in the mail with a return label for them to mail it back to you. And then they can share that pouch or bag or basket with their coworkers, their friends, their family, and collect orders that way. Okay. All of these are really great ways to increase your PRV, increase your customer base, have people book more parties, have people join. Okay. Which brings me to my next tip for you guys. So the first one was booking parties. My second one is flipping parties. Okay. In case you didn't know, with every single party order you close, whether you're the host or your customer is the host, you have a discounted starter kit. Okay. They are discounted to $59. It's called the host exclusive starter kit. And you can apply your host credit towards the cost of that kit. So if you have $30 in host credit from a $300 party, then you can apply that $30 towards that $59 kit, making the starter kit $29. Okay. Or you could have a $500 party, which is $75 in free Scentsy. And then you could apply that $75 host credit towards that $59 starter kit, making it $0 out of pocket for that person to join. And then they still have extra, they have like $16 in host credit to spend. They can get a fragrance flower for free. Plus they still have all the half off credits. Okay. So this is available to anyone who's hosting a party. So say you have a customer who's doing a home party, and then at the home party, she sees that her mom and her aunt and her neighbor and her coworker, they all love Scentsy so much. And so you mentioned, well, have you thought about doing Scentsy? Your friends and family love it. And then their friends and family are looking at her and they're like, yeah, you should do it. Right. She's like, yeah, okay, I guess I will join. Then she can use that host credit that she just earned from her party to join. Or say she wanted to use all $130 of her free Scentsy, you could use 129 of it towards whatever she wants, right? She can get her diffuser, or she can get all her loot that she wants free. And then with that $1 extra host credit, you can plug in that host starter kit. With the $1 extra penny host credit, you can plug in that starter kit. So she would pay $59 for the starter kit, plus get all of her free stuff, plus have all of her half off stuff, which is a super awesome opportunity. Okay. And when you do that, or when your host does that, when your host decides to join, then you also have the opportunity to flip that party to them. So that means that at her home party, she sees all of her friends and family ordering. She wants to join. And so then when I close out her party with the host kit on it, I click a button to flip it. And then once the party's closed, all of those sales are now under her account. All of those orders are now hers because they're her friends, her family. She worked hard for them. Okay. She decided to join. And so now she's starting off day one as a consultant, almost certified, hitting her shooting star goal with tons of her friends and family's orders already in her system, right? Plus her free and half off credits that she got, plus a commission check coming, plus she's hit all of these new consultant goals, and it's an amazing confidence booster for your new consultants. Okay. And so I never, or I don't want to discourage you from flipping parties if they are the host and those are their people's orders. Okay. Now, super awesome. That's super amazing for all these parties that you're going to go book. Okay. Know that that option is available, that they can join with their host credit and you can flip those parties to them. Okay. Now, also for you consultants who are working your business and you're collecting orders from your neighbor, your coworkers, your friends, your family, and you're closing out a party. Okay. You also have a host kit to gift. Okay. And at this point, I would have them pay the $59. I would use your free credit because you collected those orders. Those are your customers. Okay. So you would keep the free credit. Say you have $40 in free credit. Okay. You would spend 39 of those dollars on things that you want or you need for your business. And with that $1 extra, you can go advertise, hey, I have a $58 join kit, right? Because you're going to use that $1, you're going to plug it in. You have a $58 join kit. I would not flip those orders to them because again, those are your customers. You don't want your customers in their system. The only time I would flip the orders is if it's their customers. Okay. But with every party you close, even if they're your own, you have that host kit available. Okay. And at that point, what you would do is you would go in the details, you would change that person to the host. So you would not be the technical host of the party, but everything's still going to ship to you as normal. Your host rewards are still going to ship to you. Your customers' orders are still going to ship to you. Your half off credits are still going to ship to you. But the new consultant is the host, and that join kit is going to ship to them separately. So they don't have to be local to you. You're not getting the starter kit. The starter kit comes separate, and then the party order still goes to you exactly how it is normally. Okay. But I want to be clear that you have that opportunity with every single party you close to offer a discounted join kit. Okay. And you're not losing sales. You're not losing host rewards when they're your own. But if you are booking parties, I would encourage you to be bold and flip those sales to them and offer the join kit. I know back in the day when I literally had a $1,700 home party, and I was so afraid to flip it because I didn't want to lose the 1,700 PRV.
Yeah.
I didn't want to lose the 15 new customers that I could have just had. But I was brave and I flipped it and gave her the PRV, and she hit all of those new, like literally she hit sensational start level 1. Just by flipping her party. So she hit shooting star, certified, and sensational start level 1. I got some awesome incentive points for that because it was during an incentive period, and she's still a consultant to this day, placing regular orders. I have certainly gotten more than what that $1,700 commission. I've gotten it back in the years of her being a consultant. And so I don't want you guys to be afraid of that option. It's an amazing business building opportunity for you to flip those parties. And so if you are wanting more information about this, this is called the reinstatement kit. So again, you can go on the
Host exclusive kit.
the host exclusive kit. So you can go on the workstation and on YouTube and on the team page and type in host exclusive kit, and you can find visuals of exactly how to do this, like a walkthrough. You can find other trainings on this. You can find more information on this, but I want to encourage you guys to be bold in offering that when you're booking those parties. And it doesn't have to be something that you offer right away. Like you book a party and you're like, and you can also join with this. Like you can wait a little bit. You can wait to see how the party's doing and how people are interacting and how sales are going, and maybe mention it a few days in or at the end of the party. And if you plan on flipping it to them, also give them what the commission would be if they decide to join, because I feel like sometimes that will really open their eyes, like, oh, okay, so I'm not just being a consultant, I'm making money. And so, because literally there's still people out there that think that all we get is free and half off Scentsy or trips.
And
They don't,
monopoly money.
yeah,
apparently.
like play money.
Yeah.
People don't understand that we're getting actual real money. And so sometimes hearing the dollar amount that they would be getting is super attractive. So don't be too afraid to mention it, especially if you are in here trying to rebuild your business and grow. Okay, because to grow, you also have to grow your team, which I'm gonna give it to Bree because she's gonna get there eventually. She has our final 2 tips for relaunching your business.
Eventually I'll get there.
Yes.
Yeah. So part of me feels like maybe we should have done it the other way around, but what's really cool about the way that we did this was that she has given you the tools to do exactly what I'm going to say are like non-negotiables for relaunching your business, for having a successful business. So like those are the like what you should be doing to accomplish these 2 things. Okay. So to no surprise, the first one is going to be high PRV. And I'm going to say that high PRV is one thing, but for a lot of people, it's just going to be going big outside of their comfort zone of what their PRV is right now. So you have to take this in baby steps. So understand that I'm not asking you to go from 200 to 2000 in a month. Okay. Recognize that there are steps that you can take to get there, but the goal should be no less than 2000. In fact, I'd even go as far as to say no less than 2,500, because that is the amount needed on average to be able to hit annual sales. Okay.
Which is $1,000 bonus in the summer, just so you know.
Right before SFR. So there's your spending money for SFR. Like that's how we always plan it. So high PRV, right? So we've talked about before, we don't have the visual, but there's this thing called the 3 legs of success. And it's a little bar stool and it's got 3 legs. And then it's got the bar stool seating part, right? And was it Chloe and Justin who came up with this?
Yep.
Okay, so the 3 legs of success are very simple. It's high PRV, sponsoring, and coaching. And then the seat, the platform in which you sit on is self-care, is rest, is whatever you need that to be. Okay. But high PRV is the number one leg of success. And those 3 things will accomplish a successful business for you. And the manner of which you do that is there's lots of different ways, but essentially what we're talking about here are the most successful ways to get there. And so high PRV again is looking at what's your PRV now, right? Or if you're a brand new consultant, what are your goals for PRV? So let me just let y'all know, especially for our new consultants, 200 PRV per month keeps you active as a consultant, okay? Technically, you only need 200 PRV every 12 months to stay active as a consultant, but doing 200 a month keeps you active. It keeps that time resetting. And it's a really great, essentially new beginner goals, I guess. However, I don't like people to stop there. I say go further than 200. That's only one party that you're putting in. That's only one set of rewards that you're reaping. And I think that everybody is capable of much, much more than that. Okay. The next level of PRV that you'd be going towards would be 500 PRV. And at that point, when you have a team, when you have people underneath you, you will be accomplishing what we call the leadership numbers, leadership bonus, whatever. But that is the point, the threshold. Excuse me. That is the threshold in which you start getting paid off of your team. So, people want to call direct sales pyramid schemes and like all these crazy things, but truly what sets Scentsy apart in not being a pyramid scheme is that we don't get paid just off of piling people on and sitting on top of them while we just chill, right? Scentsy is set up in our compensation plan to work as a full constructive unit. When we are bringing on people, when we are sponsoring people, we don't just get paid off of the work that they do, but we also have to be putting work into our business. And that's where the 500 PRV comes into play. Okay, so you will not get paid on any team member of yours. I don't care if you have 100 people and you've got 20,000 GWV, you don't get paid a single dime off of them unless you have your minimum 500 PRV for that month. Okay. More than that, you can't be paid at title until even if you have all the other qualifications, you cannot be paid at title unless you have the 500 PRV. Okay, so that threshold is a very important leadership threshold for you as you grow your team and as you start to build this business. Frankly, my bare minimum is 500, like 5 days into the month. Like I need to hit that in the first 5 to 7 days. And even then I'm pushing myself to do more. I need double it in the next couple of days because I have bigger goals than that. And I frankly think that everybody should. We need to be pushing past the 200 and pushing past the 500 because that's where the success really blossoms. That's where your business really thrives. And that's where you're going to see promotions. And that's where you're going to see the people that you're bringing onto this business promoting, right? And so high PRV, it's not just a matter of doing a ton of sales. It also offers a lot of opportunities for other things, which I'm going to get into. So then the next threshold obviously would probably be 1,000 PRV, which is a great goal. 1,000 PRV in a month, especially if you're sitting at somewhere between 200 to 500 a month. I would say your next goal should be 1,000. You should be doubling it. Okay, you should be actively trying to double your best PRV every month, and booking parties and doing things like that is a great way to do that because you need to expand your network. If you are consistently sitting at 500 PRV a month, that's
time to grow.
That's great, but you have to grow. And it just means that your pool of customers is not allowing any room for you to have higher PRV. And the thing about customers, I hate to break it to y'all, but the thing about customers is that even your best customer is not sustainable forever. Okay,
So
your
true.
customer who you're like, no, I'm riding this wave of my customers spending 150, 200 PRV with me a month. Cool, that's awesome. I had a customer like that. She had the customer like that. We've all maybe had customers like that, but the truth of the matter is it runs out.
Yep.
It runs out. And what are you going to do? How are you? The thing is you have to be actively replacing your customers. And in the same breath, you have to actively be replacing your teammates.
Yep.
We love our teammates, we love our customers, but they all don't stick around forever. Okay. And they're not going to put in the same amount of PRV, of money or work that they are at one point in your business.
Yep.
Okay. So we have to have that mindset of just constantly expanding our network. Okay. So doubling our PRV, our best PRV. Okay. So if we look at 1,000, we're saying, okay, I do 1,000. Now what? Double it. Now we're going to 2,000. Okay. And this comes with a even better benefit, in my opinion. And this actually reaches the threshold of the max amount of PR or the max amount of commissions, percentage of commissions you can make on sales alone. So when you do 2,000 PRV in a month, any given month, you get an additional 5% PRV, or sorry, additional 5% commissions. Okay. So if you are a certified consultant, which if you've done 2,000 PRV, you're a certified consultant. Okay. Because that threshold is 1,000. When you do 2,000 in any given month, you get an additional 5%, which caps out the percentage of commission you can make on your sales, which is 30%. Okay. 30% is the max that you can do alone on sales alone. Okay. You start growing a team, you start promoting, your team starts promoting, there is no cap.
Yeah. There's bonuses left and freaking right.
Yeah.
Once you hit leadership, but on selling Scentsy alone, the max is 30% commission at 2,000 PRV.
So if you're looking at, I want Scentsy to be able to pay my mortgage, and my mortgage is $3,000 a month. Okay. You're going to have to do quite a bit of sales on your own to do 3,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Not saying it's not possible. There are people, trust me,
that's
far
10,000. That's 10,000 PRV a month to make.
Let me tell you,
3,000.
If you are doing 10,000 PRV a month, and you're not, and you don't have a team, you're not sponsoring, you're not
doing
promoting,
it wrong.
You're working harder, not smarter.
Yes.
Okay. You should not be doing 10,000 PRV with no team, right? And not growing your team.
Yeah.
Because that means that here's the thing about PRV. We can look at your PRV and probably me and Alex should probably very closely guesstimate how many customers you have, active customers in your pool.
Yep.
Right. A person who has 200 PRV a month,
it's like 4 to 6.
Yeah. Tops 10.
Yeah.
Customers, right? Consistent customers.
Yeah.
If it's consistent, it's probably closer to 4 to 6. So, I mean, truly, you need to be growing your customer base. So,
yeah.
I was going somewhere with that. I totally brain dumped it. But anyways, so 2,000 is the max that you can do, which is very close to the goal that I would say to be aiming for, right, is 2,500. And again, that gets you annual sales. If you do 2,500 on average, right, because I'm saying on average, because I do at least 99% of the time 2,500 or more.
Yeah.
But some months I do 3,500, some months I do 5,000. So on average, if you do 2,500, where you can give and take, you have a little bit of room, little bit of wiggle room, you will hit annual sales, which is one of those awards that Scentsy gives out. You'll get a beautiful glass trophy, Scentsy wax bar trophy.
We need to talk about that. Well, that's coming up soon. Maybe that'll be the dream team that I do.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, we did talk about it. Michelle just talked about it.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, we can totally go over it again, because that will be ending soon. Annual sales and annual mentor ends at the end of April.
It restarts May 1st.
Yeah, it restarts. So annual sales is an average of 2,500. What it equates to is 30,000 in a year, and May 1st to April 31st.
Yep.
30th, sorry. Oh, there's calendar. So May 1st to April 30th, 30,000, right? So we'll start back over May 1st of 2023 and go till April 30th of 2024. for. And when you accomplish that, like I said, you get a beautiful trophy, you get to walk the stage at SFR, I believe, and you get $1,000 bonus.
Yep. Super amazing.
Hello. So cool. So that's really awesome.
It breaks it down to 2,500 PRV a month on average.
Yeah.
Which maximizes your commission.
Yep.
Ensures that you have a lot of customers in your pool.
Yep.
And that you're growing, gives you more join combos to have, and also sets you up to get that bonus.
Yeah. You know what? And here's the thing. Here's the thing that motivated me, to be quite honest, even when it wasn't about the money for me. I could not stand the idea of leaving money on the table.
Yep.
Like, why am I working this business and being like, yeah, this money is so nice. This extra money is so nice. But then I'm leaving 5% of what I could be making on the table. Like that, to me, that just seems ridiculous. And so if you're motivated by money at any given level, which, don't be shy. Like we all are motivated by money to a certain level. And so if you're motivated by money, that 5% should be a non-negotiable.
Yep.
Now I can hear it already, but my people don't want to buy, but my people don't spend that amount of money. My people don't want to book parties. I get you. Okay. I understand. I know. I truly believe that sometimes it is a timing thing. Sometimes people just aren't in the seasons of hosting parties. Sometimes people aren't just in the mood to buy. And sometimes it's really hard for a couple of months, and we have to push through and we have to do things differently. But that's why we have those seasons. So we can pivot and we can try new things and we can go out of our comfort zones, because we get stuck in the, hey, do you want to book a party next Saturday with me? We can do wine. We get stuck in those things.
Yep.
And those ruts that we get into with people saying, oh, my customers don't want to buy today, or I'm having a really slow month. Okay, but why? Are your customers not wanting to buy, or are you not willing to pivot? Right? Because we have to pivot. At the end of the day, my mortgage has to get paid. Her rent has to get paid. So something's
so we're going to figure it out one way or the other.
My customers telling me a no is not, I can't accept that. Sure, I'm going to leave you alone, but now I got to go get new customers, you know?
Yeah.
So when we talk about high PRV, here's the thing. Woo, preaching a little bit.
You
I know.
sweaty?
Yeah. Okay. So for people relaunching their business, right? Me and another very good friend of mine had this conversation over the weekend. And one of the things that I said, especially if you're relaunching your business or restarting as a brand new consultant, start like a brand new consultant. Okay. And one of the big things, one of the biggest pieces of advice that me and Alex give, and I see a lot of our other leaders giving, is consistency. Literally the bane of my existence.
Like, please just trust us here that this is the key.
7 years, almost 6 years, like
it is the way.
Yeah.
Like, if you want a secret, if you want to know how to do it,
success,
it's to be consistent.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah. Yep. So when we talk about consistency, here's the thing. That might sound like a very miserable concept to you if you're like, wow, I just can't, I don't know about consistency.
Yeah.
Like, if that sounds like a miserable concept to you, let me give you a little bit of treat nugget for you. Okay. Consistency is what you make it. Right?
Yes.
Because we're not asking you to show up 7 times a day on the team page and 7 times and then your VIP and then go on and show your face and blah, 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 all these things.
Yeah.
Right? We're asking you to choose what consistency looks like in your life, in the season that you're in, what it looks like on social media for you, and then commit to it. Right? So if you say, I can only commit to doing 1 post on social media a day, and I commit to following up with my customers weekly, I can do that. Cool. Then do that. Be consistent with it. Because when you are consistent, you train your customers on what to expect from you. Right? So if you never show up 7 times a day on your VIP, they're not going to expect that from you.
Yep.
But if you show up every single day on your VIP for 2 months, and then all of a sudden you're gone and nobody knows where the heck you went, not only have they expected something from you, and then you've disappointed them, right? And you've ghosted them, but now you've got to go back, right? And you've got to redo and reset expectations. And that's where you lose trust, right? This business is about people getting to know you, right? And you do that by being consistent. You do that by showing up. You do that by following up. You do that by having conversations, getting out there and meeting people, right? And then once you do that, they start to like you, right? And they get to know you, they get to like you, and then you build trust because you keep showing up, you keep reaching out to them. All of a sudden, you're still popping up on their pages, and they're like, "Wow, this girl really
She
wants
takes
it."
it seriously.
Yeah. And that's what we're building. It's a relationship building business, and your commitment dictates what that relationship looks like. That consistency is directly equated to the relationship.
Yep.
Okay. So the moment that you fall off, it's not that you can't have a comeback. Trust me, lots of people have fallen off and come back and been stronger than ever. I'm not saying that that can't happen, but you're going to have to work double time for a while to make up for the trust that you have broken with them. I don't care if they don't say it. Your PRV is not what it used to be. Yeah, because you disappeared.
Yes. And like,
and I say that with love, right?
Yes.
I'm not calling anybody out. I'm not trying to go ham on anybody. Like, truly, this is from the heart, but it is the reality of this business and anything in life.
Yes. And eventually you have to like stick with it, you know, like eventually, like you can't just keep having comeback season after comeback season after comeback season. Like at some point you have to commit to yourself, right? To commit to your business, commit to yourself, commit to your customers, and stay the course.
Yeah. Yeah, because truly, if somebody was like, okay, I'm back, I'm gonna be consistent, and then like fell off 4 more times,
I'm moving on to that consultant that is consistent.
Alex just had a story like that at your open house where the person wasn't consistent, and she was like, actually, just give your order to Alex. And she's like, no, actually, I'm just going to stick with Alex. And I'm not even going to pretend to be a middleman anymore because I want somebody who's consistent.
Yes.
I see this person showing up consistently.
Yep.
Okay. And so in your social media, in your follow-ups, in your conversations with your customers, you have to choose consistency. And you can choose what that looks like. And frankly, if you're honest with your customers and you're like, you know, this week we're going on vacation, I'll still be around, I'll be back this day or whatever, or having a hard season, but you're still checking in with them. Cool. Different seasons call for different levels of consistency.
Yep.
But you have to be transparent with it. And then you still have to commit to whatever you said you were going to do.
Yep.
Okay. So new consultants, this is great news for you because your customers don't know anything about what you're planning on doing, the road you're going to walk, how you're going to show up. So if you are a new consultant and you're stepping into this, I want you to really think about, take a good, long, hard look at what your life is like. When you have free time, can you schedule a post? When can you follow up? And yeah, that might change here and there. Like, it's not that you have to be dead set on this, blah, blah, blah. But like, truly, if you say, okay, when it comes to my business, I'm going to post 2 times a day on my Instagram, and I'm going to post 2 times a day on my VIP page. And I'm going to follow up with customers at least once a week. Okay. You pencil that in like it's a date night with your spouse or like it's a baseball game of your kids. Like, you need to make it a priority.
Yep.
Right? Because everything will revolve around that level of consistency. I promise you that if you're, like she said, if you're looking for the key to success here, it will be consistency.
Yep.
Okay. So, moving on from that, because that is, I'm still,
we could be here all day.
Yeah. I'm still in high PRV talk. Okay. But it is so important. But logistically, I know, and especially as a new consultant or relaunching, you're like, wow, okay, yeah, I need to get that high PRV, but how do I do it? It seems so overwhelming to think about 2,500 or 2,000 or even 500. Like, where do I even start? You break it down. Okay. To me, like I've said before, for me, sometimes it's easier to break it down into smaller chunks. It's why Scentsy gives us those incentive printouts, right?
Yeah.
They give us those printouts because it's broken down and it helps us digest it and take it one step at a time. And your PRV, you can do that too, right? So I actually did, shockingly, a little math for y'all before we got on here. And I wanted to do the 2 big numbers that we were playing around here because, like I said, I don't want y'all playing small with 200 and 500. Okay, those are week 1, week 2 numbers at best. Okay, we're doubling it, and we're gonna even double that. Okay, so If you're looking at 1,000 PRV, if you're like, okay, I'm gonna start out with 1,000 PRV, I'm gonna go ham like Bree wants me to, 1,000 PRV, how do I break it down? You guys, that's $33 a day in a 30-day period. So if you have 31 days in your month, like this month, you got an extra day. Okay. So you have a little bit of biggle room or whatever I called it. So $33 a day. Y'all, that's a 6-pack and a cent circle.
Yep.
Okay. 6-pack and a cent circle. So if you get out your calendar and you write down every single day,
It said frozen. Oh my gosh.
are people still on? Oh yeah, people are still on.
People are still on. Hi guys.
Okay.
I don't know. Literally the computer just like turned off. Okay.
Now it's a start.
Okay. I mean, if we can, we'll just
Bear with us for a second.
yeah,
guys.
hold on guys. We're so sorry. That was stressful.
Pivot.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
God's
goodness.
laughing at
us now.
Literally ridiculous. I don't know how to.
Oh yeah. Welcome back. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we are going to. Hold on. We're just trying to connect it back to the computer, but
It's
that might
fine.
not be a thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It's fine. Let's just keep rolling.
Okay. Mandy.
Oh, you're so funny. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Wow, that light.
Oh,
Okay.
let's see if we can.
Okay. That worked.
Oh gosh, no, we need to block it.
Okay. Just stay here. Don't worry. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I forgot what I was saying, but you can go on
Oh.
with your 2000.
Okay, so 1,000 PRV is $33 a day, right? So you can break that down, and I highly suggest it. I think that that's a great way to make it easy on yourself, not make it stressful, right? We've already talked about making things lighter and not don't I have to
Work
not,
flustered.
I have to
Okay.
not look at comments. Okay, yeah. So now we're muffled.
Okay.
We need to like keep it up here. I think.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry to
really
blind you.
ended the meeting and told us to. Oh gosh. Okay. Hold on.
Better.
Okay,
thanks,
perfect.
Mariah.
Okay. So anyways, so we did the 1,000. Sounds like you're talking with your hands. Is it still bad or is it better?
We'll just do this.
Oh, it's better.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, how cool.
Yeah. Okay.
This is so weird. Okay. So we have the 1,000 broken down. So then
Gosh.
moving, don't touch anything.
Okay.
Moving on to the next PRV point that I think that everybody should be reaching to, with the exception of 2,500, is 2,000. So Obviously with the idea of doubling it, we can go 2,000 PRV a month would equal $67 a day. Okay. So that's 2 6-packs and a room spray, essentially. Okay. So again, if it's really scary for you to think about, how do I get 2,500? If that's overwhelming, I understand that. Break it down. Okay. And then do things to go over it, right? Like Alex said, do a home party, right? Because you're surely going to meet your week's worth of bite-sized chunks in that 3-hour period. Okay. And then guess what? Now you have that entire week to go and do more PRV to make up for, or to to get more PRV, or to make up for another week that might be lacking. That's what I was trying to say. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna move on to sponsoring before anything else tragic happens. So the next thing is obviously sponsoring, because like I said, we were talking about kind of the 3 legs of success here, and sponsoring is a huge one. Okay. Alex already went into a really wonderful way, 2 really wonderful ways, honestly, booking parties, right? Having parties. That's a great way to potentially meet your new teamie. Okay. But also flipping parties. Yes. So when you have a host that is hosting her own party, flipping that, she becomes a consultant, you're sponsoring, right? So as a new consultant or as a relaunching consultant, specifically relaunching consultants, if you already had a team or had a team and you're trying to make a comeback, the best way to do that is to bring on new people and sponsoring new people. Here's the thing though. Here's what I'm going to say. I love new teamies. Me and Alex both love to have new teamies in our family, here on the Scentsy page, all that good stuff. But one of the things I want you guys to know is that sponsoring is a responsibility. Okay. It's not just a, hey, come join my team, press this button. Okay, here's the team page. All right, Alex and Bree will take over now.
Yeah.
Like that's actually not what sponsoring is. And I want to make it very clear that while we are here to serve and we are here to help and all these things, there is a level of responsibility that comes with you being the sponsor. Like it's not just a title on your workstation. It is an active role in those people's lives where you are stepping in, helping them, cheering for them, giving them resources, providing resources as a whole to the people on your team. Okay?
You're their mentor. Like that is a title that you have that is not just a disposable title. Like it carries weight. And so it does come with responsibilities.
Yep.
That are super fulfilling. So don't let any of that scare you away.
Well, not only that, but again, if money motivates you, you're going to want to sponsor people, truly, right? But it takes a lot more than just bringing on somebody and then doing your 500 and getting paid off that somebody. Like there has to be more in it. And again, it's a relationship building process. But that's actually not where I wanted to go with any of that. But I do think it's important to note that it's not just about having somebody come in, press a join button, and then you're good. Okay. So when it comes to sponsoring, if you're looking around going, okay, well, how do I sponsor somebody? I want you to first, especially for new consultants, be looking at your best customers or your best friends, your best whatever, right? Your best hair person could be your next best teamie, right? Because they're already in the business of customer service. They're already in the business of sales. So they already more than likely have what it takes to take this business and really breathe some life into it, and it will benefit them. So take your best whatever, right, and introduce them to the opportunity. Okay. So we always say best customers, because those are the people, when we say best customers, we're talking about the ones who are giving you all the moolah for all Scentsy. And why wouldn't you, if Scentsy is doing something in your life, if you know Scentsy is a powerful tool, powerful vessel to get you to your dreams, to pay off that debt, to get that incentive trip, whatever, why wouldn't you share that opportunity with your best customer and give them the opportunity to not only do Scentsy alongside of you and inside this team culture, but also be earning trips, also be earning paychecks, also be changing their lives, right? Why would we want to keep something that changes lives all to ourselves? And why wouldn't we want to share it with our best customer or the person who loves Scentsy, right? Most of you are here because you love Scentsy, right? You started because you love Scentsy. There could have been other reasons, but you knew the product is legit. Okay. So your best customers already know that. Tell them about the opportunity. Okay. A lot of people are afraid to bring on their best customers, but Alexx told the story about how she turned a best customer and a really great party into a success with a teamie that provided a lot more than just a one-time paycheck. Right. And that's the thing. That's the idea that you have to think about when it comes to sponsoring, is that it's not a short-term success. It's not a short-term goal. It's a long-term investment.
Especially because you're committed and you're consistent.
Right.
Right. And you're building your business. Right. And so when you're thinking long term here and not just right now, when you're wanting to actually build your business, team building is an amazing asset to building your business.
Right. And it gives you the freedom later to work smart. Well, it's actually putting that into work now, working smarter, not harder, but like truly you can get to a point in your business where yes, you're still sponsoring and yes, you're still doing high PRV and all these things, but the grit and the grind and the things that you have to do now aren't so tedious, or they're not so take up 5 days a week or take up an hour. It's like I can knock out these IPAs in 15 minutes and be on with my day because my team is set. I've set up my team for success. I've set up my customers for success. Their expectations of me I have met for years prior. Right? Both team and customers. That's the goal, right? Is to be so consistent and be so driven and committed to the goals that you have in this business, that your team, both your team and your customers, already know what to expect, and you have set them up for success. Both as customers, they know when she posts this, here's her link, right? I know she's sending me an email on Friday. I know this. Right. My teammates know I'm sending this email. They know they can reach me. They know I do coaching calls on this day. Right. Setting up our people for success gives us freedom to have freedom later, like truly where you're not connected to doing a million things.
Love that.
Okay. So looking at your best whatever to sponsor, both people relaunching and both new consultants, that is my best piece of advice for sponsoring. And I also want to just make sure I say best friends, right? Because I have plenty of very good friends here. Mariah being one of them, where she was seeing me work my business and she was helping me work my business. And all of a sudden it just like clicked for both of us. And I was like, well, why don't you do it too? And it turned out to be an amazing thing for both of us and for her. It's changed her life. It's changed my life. So, and we get to share that together. Alexx is my sponsor. We weren't best friends when we started, but it's become a pretty decent friendship, if I do say so myself, right? And so like those experiences, being inside the Scentsy culture together with some of your favorite people, there's truly nothing like it to be able to have conversations about building a business or talking about a trip or talking about Scentsy family reunion, rooming, like all these things that you get to share with the people that you like or care about or want more for, like, and for people on here that like not my best friends, but people that I care about or who are on my team, I'm like, I am so excited to see you at SFR and to like experience that with you and like share those things and make memories. And like, truly, there's nothing like vacationing together with people. Like that is a unique experience and a very small part of, I feel like the world gets to do that, you know, like not everybody gets to vacation with their friends or go on a vacation and meet new friends. Like that's just such a unique experience. And so I can't imagine like sitting next to somebody who I really love and care about and them being a really good friend and me not telling them like
keeping all this amazingness to ourselves. No, we don't need to do that.
But with all of that, right, with we're talking about people who are close to us or best customers or whatever, the common thread there is the sincerity, right? The sincerity in, I think that you'd be really great at this. I think this could benefit you. I want to do this with you. Those conversations that you're having with your best whoever should also thread with the people, with the mom who you met at MOPS 3 years ago, who you've stayed connected with on social media, right? And all of a sudden you see she's having a really hard time paying bills. And so you start having conversations with her, whatever. And the sincerity needs to be present in those joint conversations too. And part of that is recognizing the need of the people around you and offering Sensi as the solution. That's truly what the sponsoring joint conversation should be about. Because when you recognize a need and you offer Sensi as a solution, there's a sincerity there. There's a genuine, hey, look, like, I know that you said that you guys were tight on money, husband lost his job. Like, I just want you to know, like, I've made really great money with Sensi and I think that it could do it for you too. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? I think that you'd be really great at it because A, B, and C, right? There's a sincerity there. There's a, I've been seeing, I recognize this need. I know that you're hurting. I just want you to know this has been my experience, or it's been the experience of somebody I know. And I think that it could really help you out. Right. So the joint conversations don't have to be scary, because when we give people this business and we say, hey, I think this could help you, whether they ignore you or they tell you, no, not right now, whatever, we can feel good about it. It wasn't just out of the blue. It wasn't just some, hey girl message. It wasn't just, I need another teammate for this incentive. Right. Because when you put in there, when you express that, hey, I see you and I've got this, there's a genuineness about it that is mostly based off of relationship. Right. And people see that and people like that. And again, whether they respond or ignore you or whatever, it doesn't matter. We can feel good about,
that these things that we're doing, they're not icky. We're not going down a list, hitting everyone in our inbox.
Right.
And we shouldn't.
Nope.
I'm not sure I understand.
Wow. Okay. No.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
We are being intentional about the conversations we have with the people we're having them with.
Yeah.
Because again, like Bree mentioned, this is such a relationship business. This is a know, like, trust business where there's no need for us to be cold messaging people. Okay. These are people who we have a relationship with, that we do see, that we do think it would benefit them. So keep that in mind as you are expanding your business, that you might need to go build some relationships and be super consistent and caring with the way that you work your business to have these genuine conversations.
Right. And on the other side of that, let me just say that, like, sometimes it's not enough for you to just recognize somebody's need and offer Sensi as the opportunity, but it's also super important, and just across the board, for you to be living in your own needs and showing that Sensi has fulfilled some of that. Even if Sensi hasn't paid all your debt, even if Sensi is literally just paying for your nails or paying for gas tomorrow or paying for your Starbucks in the morning, like, no matter how small the need, if you're not sharing it, if you're not living through those desires that you have, telling people about it, talking about it, sharing about it, you can say, hey, I think Sensi would be a great vessel for you to pay off this debt, or for you to have another income for your family, because it's done it for me. And they go to your page and there's nothing Sensi on there. Right. I wouldn't trust somebody who said this business works, but there is no proof of that anywhere. Right. So you have to also be talking about it. If you're not having people join, if you're not booking parties, if you're not having PRV, then your mouth must be closed. And if your mouth is closed, your business is closed, like, truly, because you are the only person, you are the only spokesperson for your own business.
Yep.
Nobody's going to come beating down your door for some wax bars unless you're talking about it. Right. So on the flip side of that, you also have to be living in that. And again, if you are a brand new consultant and you're like, wow, I just joined last week, since he hasn't done a whole lot for me yet, that's okay. Talk about what you hope Scentsy will do for you, right? And then every little mile marker in between, you can talk about, wow, didn't know Scentsy did this. That's really cool. I got this charm in the mail. Or, Scentsy gave me this recognition card. Or
check out my host rewards I just closed.
Yeah, the discounted Scentsy that I get, or the commission check that, now I get to go have Starbucks this month without feeling guilty. Like, those little things, every little thing, you just don't know what some people's needs are. You don't know what some people's desires are, right? And so the more that we talk up the little things, the more valued the big things become, right? And the more people we're going to hit along the way. Okay, so going to your best customers, using the host kit, which Alex already talked about, so I'm not going to get into that. But what I was kind of leading up to here was having intentional join conversations with people. Okay, so truly, it is not a hey girl situation. It's not a random, I'm going to message everybody on my list, hey, we got $25 join special. Like, yeah, that's really cool. But truly, if there's no relationship there, then it means nothing to these people. And you've become a statistic in the icky direct sales world, and just don't do it. Just don't. Okay. Having joint conversations should be an intentional offering of an opportunity where you see a need and you're offering Scentsy as the solution, period. It should be based off of relationship. It should be based off of a sincerity, and that's it. If it's not, if you have to question whether those things are in place, then don't do it. It's not the right time. Continue to build that relationship that has nothing to do with Scentsy, so that when you come to them a year from now and you say, hey, I think this would be really great from you, there's a relationship there that can be strong enough to withhold a no, or that they can fall back on and say, wow, this person's been my friend and like, I trust you. Right? Okay, so having intentional join conversations and truly going for the no. Like, if you say, okay, well, I have 10 people that I think that I can offer this to with sincerity, and I see a need, whatever, and you get ignored by 9 of them, that is okay. You keep going, you keep pushing, you keep building relationships, you text them next week and ask them about their kids, you continue on, you keep it moving. You're going to be told no a lot more than you're going to be told yes, period. I don't know who needed to hear that, but you are. You will be told no a lot more than you will be told yes. But the yeses make it worth it. And the yeses could change your life.
Yep.
The no's don't have to change nothing. The no shouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's my spiel on the sponsoring front.